fireworks allowed in some cities despite a statewide ban from the governor this 4th of July weekend. So what happens if a city says fireworks are okay and then there's a fire? Brian Malahy's looking into who could be responsible. So Brian, is it the city that allowed fireworks or the person who's setting them off?
Well, state law says somebody who recklessly or negligently or intentionally causes a fire from fireworks has civil liability. A lawyer I spoke with today says it's possible cities could be liable too. About time for professional fireworks shows and in some places end of driveway shows. Are you nervous this year about fireworks in your city?
I don't believe we're any more dry this year than we have been in years past.
Mark Shepard, Clearfield mayor, approved personal fireworks in most of Clearfield and doesn't think the city will be liable if fireworks spark fire.
There's a personal responsibility that goes with setting off fireworks.
Ditto, says Robert Stoker, fire chief in St. George.
It's complicated.
Clayton Sims, defense lawyer.
Certainly, the person who set off the fireworks and started the fire could be responsible criminally.
But a city, he says, could be liable for allowing the fireworks in the first place.
What actions did the city take? Did they really understand and investigate the risks?
The fire chief in St. George says that there have been people who have been cited for starting fires from fireworks in his community, and they have been fined, in some cases, tens of thousands of dollars. That goes for penalties and also costs to put out the fires. Live in Salt Lake City, Brian Malahy, KUTV 2 News.
Brian, thank you. In Salt Lake County, Mayor Jenny Wilson says you should not be calling 911 if you see someone lighting off fireworks in a restricted area. Instead, she says you should call the non-emergency lines on your screen. Wilson says you should only be calling 911 if there's an actual emergency like a fire.
We can see as much as a 10 to 15% spike in that call volume.
That's Scott Freitag with the 911 dispatch center in Weber County. He says that he's expecting a big rise in calls this weekend. Freitag saying that it's important for people to avoid calling 911 only to report those illegal fireworks. That way the line will be open for people who are calling with real emergencies, fires, injuries. Weber says they'll have more staff working this weekend to handle a spike in calls. They say first responders will be ready to go.
If you use fireworks illegally, whether in a restricted area or outside the days allowed by law, you may face arrest or you may be booked into jail. And then we will prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law.
Salt Lake County District Attorney Sim Gill saying his office will prosecute you if you illegally light fireworks. Gill saying charges could include aggravated arson, a first-degree felony, or reckless burning, which is a misdemeanor. Penalties can be more severe if you cause a fire or injure another person. Gill saying a person guilty of one of these infractions can be punished by a fine of $1,000. If you're looking for a place to set off fireworks, consider the Bonneville Salt Flats. Not much to burn out there. The BLM says fireworks are legal out there. All they ask is for people to dispose of all the trash in a dumpster by the bend in the paved access road. Fireworks are prohibited on all other BLM managed lands. Doctors are reminding all of us who choose to light off fireworks to be careful. Last year, there were 15 firework-related deaths. 13,000 others were hurt, most with severe burns. Even sparklers can be dangerous. Last 4th of July, 1,300 people went to the emergency room for a sparkler-related injury.
This year, we're going to have a lot of new consumer fireworks users out there, and we're having tremendous demand. If you're new to the industry, that you haven't used fireworks, take the time. Read the instructions of every product you use.
Americans will be spending $2.5 billion on fireworks this July.